We are a channel that appreciates its viewers. We give our utmost effort for the best quality content, and we even push for the highest quality effort when it comes to how we look for you on screen.
Hi. When I need my skin to look its absolute best when I'm blowing the heads off zombies, I set my ring light to 4700K. Because I care. Maybe he's born with it.
Join our community. Join a channel that loves its viewers. Join this channel because we care.
There we are.
Woo!
Hello.
Whoa! Is that a little too close up? Whoa! How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Fantastic.
Woohoo! What's up, Sewong? What's up, Metso? Let's see. We're just sitting here eating dinner and try to pop in later. Woohoo! How's everybody's week going?
It's good. It's good.
Good.
Hey, that's all.
Good
I'll
stuff.
be on the other side. Food. I'll be right there. Apparently, Aubrey will be here very soon.
Lovely.
What's new in your lives, gentlemen?
I mean, I celebrated my dry January a couple days ago.
Yay!
Yay! And then, of course, like at midnight on the 1st of February, I had myself a cocktail, and I had a couple yesterday too. So,
You're like
Exactly.
I did my part.
Thank you, my honey bear. I was just offered spring rolls.
No, what are they called?
Spring rolls.
Ground chicken.
Oh yeah, our ground chicken spring rolls. I
What's
was
up with you, Miss
trying to
Ford?
cut
What's
up the
new in your
chicken
life?
for these, and I fucking flipped the thing off the counter and fell on the ground. So
Say it again.
we had to salvage our chicken because I accidentally knocked it down while I was trying to cut it up, and it fell onto the ground. So we're saying it's our ground chicken spring rolls.
That makes sense.
Wow. What's up, Rick? That is not a name I remember seeing on here. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope everybody out there in woohoo!
Eli.
Oh, there you go. Yay! Yeah, what's up, Eli? I hope everybody out there in internet land is doing beautifully. We have just 1 week till Kyber Con 3. Just over a week Friday. When we wake up in the morning in a week, it will be Kyber Con 3. I am very, very excited. Anthony, are you confirmed off yet?
I believe so today. Yes.
Woohoo! It is my plan to have you and Miss Fours as our representatives for KCP, getting more and more subscribers, signing
So,
autographs, taking pictures, talking to people about all of our shows.
so you asked me what was going on in my life and what's happening, and I was going to tell you I did a thing.
What was the thing?
You did the thing.
Nice!
Nice!
Oh, woo-hoo! Yay! It is official.
It's done. It's done. I mean, there's no going back now. I'm coming there.
Woohoo!
It's happening.
Oh, something else did happen. A couple days ago, I got this tattooed.
Oh
You were talking about that. How did it turn
so hard
out?
to see this from
Rick
this
and
angle.
Sewong, I'm gonna address you guys in just a second. Yeah, your background is messing with your tattoo.
There we go. It's really hard to see it from this angle anyway. Hang on, I gotta stand up.
Ooh.
There we go.
It's finally coming together.
Yes, but now I have all of this space to figure something out with. So I'm gonna have to
Wow.
design something to go along with this, but she pretty.
Man. Say Wong is saying hotels for Fanacom are booked, but they are not booked in Fairfield, so you can still get your hotels for Kyber Con.
So, question
Hey,
for you.
we're really quick. I want to address some things in here. Rick, Kyber Con is in Fairfield, California, February 11th from noon to 5. Hopefully, you are in California as well. Say Wong, you better be there. We've got incredible guests, and this is a 1 day event only. Aaron, you had a question. Let's put you on the main. Boom.
Keep going. I gotta 1 sec. It's the boy.
All right. So we have Aubrey is going to be coming in a bit, and we have some fun topics tonight. Um, the one of them is one that I brought, so
We're live, so if you want to tune in.
excited about that one. The theme is KyberCon. It's gonna be a pop con. We're gonna have toy vendors, pop culture vendors. We have John D. Michaels of Squid Game. VIP #1 will be there. We have two new rock star hosts, both Eric Voss and Tommy Bechtold will be there. Tommy Bechtold is one of our main hosts for the event, along with Distance Nerding will be in the house. We have world class flow artist Joshua Pilla will be there showing us demonstrations. Alan Fernandez, the last living Tusken Raider from A New Hope, is going to be our Star Wars guest. And did I miss anybody? I don't think. Oh, I mean, and we have performances from Mr. Hooper as well as the Twilight Knights. Definitely a lot going on. Costume contest, best lightsaber contest, demonstrations by the Twilight Knights, and hopefully maybe a saber battle going on outside, and panels by the celebrities every hour in different demonstrations. So there should be a lot of fun stuff there, and only all for $10, just $10. Woo!
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So since you're gonna be running the con and anything, is Kyber Cave After Dark a thing next week? Who's running it? What's going on with it?
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna talk to you about that. I was actually gonna see if you would uh, host formally, just because I know my brain is going to be a lot on what's going on the next morning.
Yeah,
Not that
that's
I'm
fine.
not gonna be here, but
No, I'll host it. That's fine.
woohoo!
I got my new background ready for it now and everything.
Yeah, and with
I
the
need something else
1,200
to
other
drink.
shows that you do now. You've turned into an
Simplify.
internet celebrity as of late, dude.
Who?
You.
Fan.
I got it right.
Me? Why?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on like all kinds of shows now. Dude, how many nights? What, 5 nights a week? You're on somewhere?
Let's see. I'm on both Distance Nerding plus here. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, twice on Thursday. So yeah, Tuesday, twice on Thursday, and then Friday, and then whatever stuff
Tuesday,
that's recorded
twice
that
on
I
Thursday.
drop.
Right.
So yeah,
So at least 4 or 5 times a week,
it's quite a bit.
you have new material somewhere on the internet.
Somewhere. But it's all Kyber Cave related. All of it. Everything I do is for this channel and that channel. It's for this channel and that channel.
Well, we are excited to have you doing everything that you are doing. All right. I get a dip. Cook dinner. You can have it on in the background while you're cooking dinner. All right. Let's get to our topics.
Yes, I did.
Boom. I'm kind of excited about this one. Woke done well versus woke done weak. Okay, so I don't know. Have either of you guys watched Velma?
All of it. I'm complete as of today. I'm completely caught up with all of it.
Ooh, I am not. I'm not that caught up, but I've watched several episodes. Anthony.
I've gotten most of the highlights. I don't have HBO Max.
Okay. So you know,
But
about
I've seen
it.
enough of it, and I've seen a lot of reviews about it, and yeah, so comments on that in a moment.
Yeah, and then recently, and this, and, yeah, and I think it's so cool only because this is kind of where you started. Fours is with Last of Us. Did you guys watch episode 3 of Last of Us?
So I made a promise
Oh,
to Mrs. Fours that we would be binging that upon my arrival. So I
oh
am
man,
bound not to watch it until I get there. That way I get to see all of it all at once.
that's gonna make tonight really tough. Um,
But I
okay,
mean, I've played the
well,
game 1,000 times, so I know what happens.
except for that they make changes from the game. Have you watched it, Anthony?
I have not, but I have seen that they've added in more content as far as other characters.
Okay.
Frog in the throat,
Okay.
sorry.
So I'm gonna hit this as spoiler free as I can without as much. I mean, obviously there's things that's been on TV and on YouTube. People have been talking about it. So I won't give any of the pertinent stuff away. But let's say that there's been changes and extensions from the game from even certain characters that were in the game are more fleshed out in this, and they were even saying that episode 3 was kind of like a standalone departure from kind of the rest of the series in that it's meant to kind of give you a look of a different life during this zombie apocalypse. um, the name of this segment is "Woke Done Well" and "Woke Done Weak." Um, and we see a lot of times, like especially from right wing groups, there's been a lot of attack on Disney, not just not with just gender swapping, but with race swapping. Anytime that they feel like there's some agenda that's being pushed, the right wing conservatives get all in a flurry, and woke you know, go woke, go broke is their big slogan or whatever. But I feel like there are certain times when it's done so well that it's not even really like even the conservatives can't say shit. What do you guys think? And I
I
mean, as
think
Anthony, I guess obviously, your opinion weighs heavily here.
Only just
Oh.
barely, right? Like I just have that one little thing with being gay.
Yo, yo, yo.
I mean, I feel like that, you would be a better speaker on when you feel like representation is, like genuine on film and when it just feels like it's a pushed
I
into a script.
I think that the whole go woke go broke comes from the fact that people are kind of fatigued by it at this point. Like when
Mm.
every single piece of media that comes out all has kind of the same message and the same steps of progression, and it becomes stale because it's no longer a new thing. It's like, oh, it's literally every single movie. And especially with like the rebooting and remaking of things, like it does create this touchy territory because if you're taking an entity or a property that people really really like or has like a big impact on like their childhood or whatnot, and then you alter it enough, it's kind of like you're trying to erase that other one in place of this, rather than again just making new content. um Incidentally enough, though, even with Disney, when they created Strange World, like that was more of a different movie that had some progressive ideas in there. It had a bit of representation, first gay character kind of thing again, which was very innocuously, but they just didn't advertise that movie and no one really saw it. And they were all just like, well, I'm just going to see it on Disney Plus in like 2 weeks anyway, so I'll just wait. So like it didn't do well, but yeah, I think as far as something that's done well, that has a lot of representation, and kind of comes off more genuine and organic, and less like a virtue signal or clout chasing kind of thing. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think that's a good one that kind of has a lot of go to for that. And then the same creators of that also did the Dragon Prince, which I think does it even a little bit more. If you haven't seen that, but both are on Netflix I think now too, so that's fun.
Right.
But
But
yeah, a lot of
I
it's
feel
done
like
terribly.
I feel
Dragon
like
Prince is amazing.
I feel like it's only a big deal now though. Like I feel like it's always kind of been there and maybe in the background and maybe not in every movie as overtly, but I also feel like the conservative kind of has gone overboard with, oh, just because two characters are holding hands, they're gonna freak out and say the whole movie is this woke catastrophe.
Oh yeah, no, they
Or
did that
maybe
with
a
the Buzz
small
Lightyear
little
one.
peck scene where people are giving each other a small peck or something like that. I just feel like they're just going way overboard with what they're saying. This whole thing is, and when you look back, we've had movies like Tootsie, which wasn't overtly about any LGBT issue, but it was about Dustin Hoffman cross dressing, and it was in the early '80s, I believe, that movie um, came out. We have a lot of examples of, I think, gay characters or characters swapping in movies
Well,
that
yeah,
it
certainly
really
Tootsie
wasn't
wasn't
that
a
big of a
gay
deal in the
character.
past. What was that?
Um, okay, I think there is a lot of representation to be found, and that's from anything. Like I'm a kid from the '90s. I remember seeing plenty of movies that had people of color in leading parts, or there was representation here and there. There is some debate about the level of representation with some people where it was a little too bit stereotyped, and
Right.
especially with like being transgender. There was a huge backlash from like old Hollywood days where people kind of started making it as a joke. Like when you see a man dressed as a woman, oh, here's the big joke, ha 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 ha.
Right.
With Tootsie, I know that Dustin Hoffman had like a big revelation when they did him all up and makeup, where it's like, okay, so I look like a woman, but like, can you make me prettier? And they're like, no, this is it. Like that's
Right.
what we got. And he like went home and actually like kind of cried about it because he's like, wow, I think I'm this interesting character, and I just see myself, and I would not be attracted to someone who looks like this. It's like, how many people have I just not given the time of day because they weren't pretty enough in my eyes? And like the standard, it was a reflection on the standard of beauty and just our society in general, and how we kind of ignore those that don't fit that mold.
Right.
And like even Tu Wong Fu, great movie for drag queens,
I
all that stuff.
love
I
Tu
love
Wong
that.
Fu.
Love Tu Wong Fu. And I mean, they do kind of camp it
It's so
up,
good.
like but I don't think that there's anything that somebody could construe as offensive. Like someone today could construe something from that offensive because it's such a stereotype. But like, no, those people exist. Like Vita, Noxie, and Chi Chi. I know
Chi Chi,
every
yeah.
single one of those kinds of queens in my real life. I have worked with girls like that. I mean, Eli is borderline Noxima. But yeah, and that's just it. Like there has been a lot of representation, there has been a lot of growth. I hate it though when it's just kind of thrown in there like to normalize it as just this little 2-second thing. Like if they really wanted to do the one up, like make a mainstream movie that has that kind of lead again, or a character that deals with that more like fundamentally. Like make that be part of the story, like them dealing with that sexuality. Like, and I'm not saying that Disney has to do it. I'm just saying like if you want to make media that does that, like that's the way to kind of do it because people can relate to it. There's a lot of indie films that do that. I mean, if you've ever heard of The Edge of 17, that's a trippy one from like the 80s too. I think 80s or early 90s.
I think it's early 90s.
Yeah, watching that, I was like, okay, this is a little too relatable for me because I've been in some of these scenarios. But yeah. Anywho, someone else talk. Sorry.
Rick says, black superheroes and gay young actors are the thing right now. Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think that goes along. He also said, they are pushing it too hard. Disney leadership said that they're purposely pushing the topic. I think it kind of goes along with that, right? Like maybe people, what's up, Danny? Maybe people feel like they are pushing too hard, and they feel like it's in every Disney movie now, even if it's just a 5-second little thing. Like I remember the whole controversy. There was the Last Jedi, and people were pissed off because of and it was literally like two less than a second like of a kiss of like two women kissing on screen, and that was the entire thing that was in that movie.
Well, yeah, and if someone's
Um,
really like being pissed off and creating controversy over that, like, oh goddamn, can you find something else to be offended by, please? Like,
right.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue that happens is when people are like, "Oh, that's oh, they made this whole thing this way and that way," and it's like, dude, I mean, the biggest thing is like that's just an aspect of the character, as it's not their whole personality, and it doesn't need to be. That's when it becomes, to me, it's offensive. It's like, oh, this is the only identity they can have is being the gay character or being whatever, and I think because I think it's a disservice to the characters
Right.
more than just anything else. I think, like, when I think of good representation of those things, I always think of like the Flash, for instance. Say what you will, but God, the Flash had the captain the the captain of the squad.
Uh,
Why my brain? The police, and he was married. He had a husband, and but it was like not something that was like completely. He had a whole character besides that. Like that was just as
right.
it was if it was a normal straight couple. That was just an aspect of that personality
Right.
or an
Right.
aspect
Right.
of that whole thing. It's like that's not who he was as a whole person. That wasn't his only defining trait. It was just an aspect of the trait, which I really thought was great because it was normalized. No one cared. No one made a big deal about it. It was just as if it was a heteronormative couple, which was fantastic because you had these character stories that did revolve around them at some points, but it never was something I was like, this is all my old character. I'm gay. Yay. Not that I
Right.
care,
Right.
but I'm just saying, like, the way that it gets normalized is that you just have normal people doing normal life things,
I
you
I
know, and
agree.
that's great.
Um,
Yeah.
Aubrey, did you watch the Velma program?
I have not seen Velma. I've seen a lot of highlights, and I have seen a lot of critiques, or I've seen a lot of reviews, rather.
Right. Right. Um, Dun versus Bad. Aaron. Okay, so since you're the only one and you watched the entire series, why don't you give people just kind of a really quick,
Excuse me.
synopsis of what this show is? Why do you think it's got all the critics buzzing? This has like the lowest score, I think, in history for Rotten Tomatoes for the critics and for the viewers.
it's worse than
Why
the
are
live action
people?
Dragon Ball movie.
Oh my god.
All right,
Oh,
so
Why?
I
And while you're doing that, I gotta plug in and do a couple things. So I'm gonna give you a minute, take
Should
over
not have
here
eaten the spiciest
for a
spring
minute,
rolls of
and
my
then
life.
let people know what
hey,
all the hubbub is about.
what's
All right.
really sad is I actually enjoyed like the first 15, 20 minutes of Dragon Ball Evolution. Because it was interesting. It was like, okay, this is interesting. This is cool. I really like the relationship between Grandpa and Goku. I was like, okay, I'm willing to go along with this. Then, then
And then the rest of the
everything,
movie happened.
and then Master Roshi showed up, and
Excuse
it
me.
was awful. I was like,
Hashtag not my
Bulma's
Roshi.
characters are cool, and then Chow Yun Fat shows up, and you're like, what the hell, Chow Yun Fat? What happened? What did they do to you? Why? Who hurt you? Who
Harvey
made you be in
Weinstein.
this movie? Yeah, I feel that that's probably true. Because that's what it felt like. I was like, wow, wow, wow. This suddenly it just went like this. It was like, okay, it's fine, it's just whatever, and then it goes, pow, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck did I just stumble into? Holy shit.
certainly
Anyways,
not
okay, go.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Forrest, tell us.
Yeah, it was awful.
Confirm with us.
So,
Is
Forrest, please take us away from this.
Forrest?
Okay, no. So Aubrey, with what you just said about the whole having a character's identity be the focal point. Yay, I'm gay. That's exactly what they do in Velma. Each character is given this pointless attention. Take Fred, for example. Fred is, look at me. I'm white, I'm straight, and I'm rich. Look at me. That's
Right,
exactly what it is. Velma, look at me. I'm diverse and I'm smart, but I'm ugly. Look at me. Like every character is some kind
see,
of
that would,
look at me. I
yeah,
mean, and
that would annoy me. I don't care if you're straight, gay, whatever. If it's a,
correct.
look at me, this is my whole identity trait, one
Yes,
trait,
the
or
the
whatever,
show The
Yeah.
show is 70% identity traits, and the rest of it, like I said in a previous stream, this show, if you pay attention to it, it is the writers, animators, producers poking fun at people who get triggered quickly and then making fun of them further for getting triggered. So you trigger them, you watch their response, and then you make fun of them for responding that way. That's exactly what the show does. It's literally meant to point out people who get triggered. It triggers, then pokes fun, and then says, "Ha, you got triggered, and we know how to trigger you. Now you're stupid for getting triggered." And they do that through this identity. It's like a really American Dad and Family Guy are bad enough at that sort of humor. Velma takes it to a completely new level and dumbs it way down. Like, we know right off the bat that Fred is a super entitled, white, straight idiot. We know that.
Incapable of doing anything.
Correct. And they push that in your face. Like, every chance they get, they push the identity of the character in your face. Take Shaggy, for example. In real life, we know way back from the 70s, his real name is Norval. But in the show, his name is Norval. They swap his race, and then they actually give him lines saying things like, "I would never touch a substance. That's bad for me." Just to poke fun at the fact that everybody thought the real Shaggy was on stuff back in the 70s. So that's the kind of stuff that they do. Velma goes
I mean, that would
through
be
the
funny
whole
if it wasn't everything else was also in there. Like that would actually been really funny.
Velma herself goes through the Meg Griffin complex, where she's the ugly smart girl, and then it doesn't help that every single person in town hates her for being the ugly smart girl. Like, they
Right.
even have this thing, they have this movement to protect the hot girls. So I mean, so that's basically what the show is.
Well, to be fair though, everything I've seen has also said that Velma's kind of an unruly bitch. Like, she's not a nice person.
She's not.
And she's
Right.
constantly like
She's
sniping
not.
at people. So no wonder people don't fucking like her. It's not because she's ugly or because she's brown. It's because she's a bitch. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and from what
But
I've heard,
again,
what I've seen and what I've heard from a lot of critics is that nobody is nice. And they almost get
No.
this close to actually saying something meaningful, and then they're like, ha ha, isn't that funny?
What?
Isn't this great? And it's not funny or
Distance
great. It's
learning is
awful.
fired.
And that the problem is they took a known property of characters
Don't
that we
troll.
all know and love.
Don't feed the truth.
And again, the original Scooby-Doo gang, like they had dynamics, they had personality that all played well together. They liked each other. This show, nobody fucking likes each other.
Right.
They are all like assholes. It's almost like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but like even I believe that the gang kind of like likes each other for the most part.
But let me point something out.
Over this.
Let me point something out to that effect. Okay, the whole reason I believe that they're doing this and writing the show this way, it's because they know they're going to get the attention. They know they're going to get the views. They know they're going to get drug straight through the mud all over the internet, because that shows that people watched it. It may be hated, but it's watched.
Well,
And because
that's
it's
just
watched,
it.
it's making money, and they're just going to keep making more.
Yeah,
Rick had a really
I
interesting
just saw that too.
Yeah,
comment,
I
and
saw
I
that.
really want to comment on this for this. I mean, I can't speak for Anthony on this, but as somebody who is part of the queer community, I don't have an issue with it, because an actor is an actor. And the thing is that it's supposed to reveal something about yourself. Supposed to reveal actors are supposed to reveal something about yourself and something about everyone, right? That's acting. We're revealing something that some people are afraid to reveal, or whatever it is. And if you learn something by acting a character who isn't like you learn something about yourself, you learn something about other people, how other people live. You're walking in someone else's shoes, and that to me creates empathy. So
But is that
having
any
straight
different?
actors playing gay actors, or not gay actors, playing gay people, I think that actually helps generate more empathy. To
You
me.
know what I
Does
think
that?
is hilarious? I
Mm.
think it's awesome when a British actor flies across the ocean and is a better American character than an American
Yep.
character. I think
Pretty
it's
funny.
hysterical.
Yeah.
I no, I
But
agree with
but what
Aubrey
about?
on that one entirely. Acting is acting. I would hate to be limited to just playing gay people if that's the case. I
Oh,
love
see,
when I
Wait,
go
wait,
out
wait,
on
hold
stage
on.
and I do
Hold
a
on.
show and I have to play a straight character and people are like, wow, you did that really well. I'm like, thank you. It's because I'm an actor.
You
Do
are
you guys?
quite the amazing Lavitz, I must say.
Thank you.
I love
I will.
Butter
Wait,
so
hold on,
much.
guys. Hold on.
Van, go.
Sorry,
I
I'm
will.
sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hold on. I'm going to address the giveaway in just a second because there are people asking. But I do want to
Oh.
ask for Aubrey and for Anthony who were saying that they're completely open with that. How do you feel about the controversy over, say, a white actor playing an Egyptian person when they can get an Egyptian actor to actually fill that role? Or I mean, there's been plenty of controversy. The first Mortal Kombat, what was his name? The guy that played Raiden. There was controversy
Christopher
over him.
Lambert.
Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert. There was controversy over using him as opposed to an Asian
I
actor.
mean, to be fair though, if you've ever played the Mortal Kombat games, Raiden's never looked like he was Asian.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
yeah.
mean, he might be
Eh.
based off of an Asian character or have Asian characteristics about his costume and character, but he never looked like it. That's the only
Okay, well
reason I think that they
that's just
do
one
that in the movie.
example. I mean, you see the bigger
No, I
question
do. I mean,
that
there's a
I'm
lot of
asking.
older films that did that, for sure. I don't think that's smart to do that today, especially if you want to try to do something that's more historically accurate. I know, like the biggest culprit is
Yes.
that they want star power to like lead it. So, when they cast like a lead actor that clearly is not of that race, just because, like, what was it? Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, was Prince of
Goku
Egypt or
in
something.
Dragon Ball
No, that entire
Evolution.
movie's goddamn terrible. But
That
like
whole that
Hollywood's just
whole
like,
that
oh,
whole thing.
we just gotta pull from who we have popular. We're not gonna actually like listen to the source material. Again, I don't think that anybody should ever animate cartoons as live action. It never turns out well. But even like the Ghost in the Shell, like I was actually kind of surprised that people had such an issue with her getting cast in that, only because
With
if you
Scarlett
look at the
Johansson, because I
anime,
thought
yeah,
she
she
looked like
looks just
Makoto.
like her. So
Yeah.
and like even in the anime, she doesn't look like she's a Japanese person per se. She's just named Japanese. So like with the fact that people got all upset, it's not a Japanese actress. I'm like, well, it's an anime character that doesn't look Japanese per se.
She's a
So
robot.
she's a fucking robot.
She's a robot.
Right.
Makoto is a
but
robot. Just saying.
But yeah, when it's done to an extent where it's like it's just there because we're trying to fill a quota, it seems more forced than it did in the '90s when like we just had every single kid show have friend groups that were diverse enough that like okay, there's representation all about. Like Hey Arnold's a great show for that, and that's another really good show about talking about empathy if we really want to get down into it.
Yeah.
Goddamn, the Christmas special with Mr. Wynn. Oh, that makes me cry on like every single time. Okay, we can't talk about. Never mind. Okay.
I mean, the Animorphs for me is a great example of diverse group, and that's just who they were. It wasn't like, yes, this person is us is absolutely Mexican or black or whatever. They just were who they were, but that was just part of the aspect of who they are. But going back to what you were saying, it wasn't forced, no. But going back to your saying, do I have a problem with people who dress up or actors that dress up as characters of different races or different things? If it's appropriate, it's probably not a good thing. Like I wouldn't, but like, do I think that unless there is a reason for it, no, I don't think it's appropriate.
No.
If we can just get it like I love, like for instance, I love what's her name? Elizabeth help me out here.
Thanks.
Cleopatra. Um
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor, thank you. I couldn't remember her last. I love Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra. I thought she did a fantastic job in it.
Right. But you probably couldn't have made that movie nowadays like that.
Probably not. The thing is that She does. So when they've done, they've the thing about Cleopatra was actually is that they have found that she's actually half Greek and half Egyptian in
Yeah.
history. They've actually done this is actually a historical thing that they did. She's from Greek lines. In the Ptolemy Empire, they had a lot of the Greek kings, and there was a lot of racial mixing, more than they had previously thought. So it's kind of funny that they could do that. That is the exact thing about John Wayne's Genghis Khan. Do not have John Wayne be
No,
Genghis
well, I
Khan.
was also
That's
thinking
pretty
about
awful.
one of my favorite movies is
Mhm.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I was just
Right.
about to say it.
Right.
God damn,
What
that's
was
offensive.
Rooney?
Oh,
What
Mickey
was his
Rooney.
name? Mickey Rooney. That's it. Mickey Rooney playing a Chinese character.
Mickey, oh God.
Well, and that's just it.
See,
If
and
they're playing up
that's
a stereotype, it's terrible, and that's what makes
that.
it absolutely unacceptable.
That's what that's what I guess what I'm trying to get is a roundabout. If you're playing a stereotyped blackface or yellowface character, then I find that to be very insulting. And no, absolutely not. Don't do that. But if you're playing a meaningful character, as I said, like Liz Taylor doing Cleopatra, which was a fantastic movie, beautifully done, and God, her portrayal is so
Okay.
good, then yes, possibly true. But
Now, what about
go ahead,
Tropic
Anthony.
Thunder? What
Yeah,
about
I was
I
Tropic
gonna.
love
Thunder?
Tropic Thunder.
I was
I love
trying
Tropic
to.
Thunder.
I was gonna find.
I'll
Somebody
die on that
mentioned
hill.
that up here, and
I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
that's
try to
what
find
Velma's
it.
trying to do with like the poking fun at it on purpose because they know it's going to piss
But
people
it's
off.
so
And
bad.
Tropic Thunder did that correctly. It's just everyone
Yes.
got more
What's
upset
the?
about the Simple Jack. So
What is it? Why is it? What did they do correctly?
I
They
feel like
were
it was just a
comment.
little bit more nuanced.
It's nuanced. It's nuanced satire. It's commentary. And
Yes.
whereas Velma's just like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Whereas, I mean, this is what I've gotten from what I've seen of it.
Mm.
The but Tropic Thunder is actually saying something about it. It's a commentary on it, which I think
I've
is
actually
better
never seen
said.
Tropic Thunder.
Oh
Oh,
my
it's
God,
so
I mean,
funny.
you
I
have to
totally
watch
know
it.
this. I know what they're talking about with
There's
Patrick.
so much
I
more
mean,
to that.
Robert Downey
Yes.
Jr.
Yes.
In blackface. But I
It's
don't.
more than
I
that,
never
though.
actually
It's
seen it.
so much more than that. That they're
Yeah, it's
commenting
Tom
on method
Cruise as his
acting.
best role ever.
It is.
Basically
Oh my
doing
God,
Michael
Anthony, I
Bay.
love you. This is why we're friends. This is why we get along so well because you get me.
But it's a very critical view of how Hollywood is specifically, and even
Yes.
the character that Robert Downey Jr. plays, like he's that Oscar bait kind of guy. So it's that
Right.
like overly pompous, like
It's method
I'm trying
acting.
to do this method acting thing to be like the best thing for this, and it's done in like the most offensive way. That they keep on kind of commenting on it as the movie goes along. Like they call it out all the time, but it's done in
All
a
the
very
time.
organic way by another black actor. That's like, seriously?
What do you
Shut the
mean,
fuck
you
up.
people? What do you mean, you people?
Right.
It's so great. It's one of my favorites, and yes, it is definitely absolutely Tom Cruise's best role.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. Like I don't want to
Les
say anything
Grossman.
more
Les
about it because
Grossman.
it's amazing.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you probably could. You probably could still release that movie in 2023. I think so because that movie
Tropic
was released in
Thunder.
2008.
Yeah,
I
but
think
not
he's so
Team
good.
America. Not Team America.
Oh, Team America's a whole other thing. See, that one I hated when it came out. I hated Team America. It had to grow on me.
I love South Park a little too much that I watch that as an extension. So for me, I was just loving everything. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. I've got AIDS, 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 AIDS,
I was
AIDS,
so
AIDS,
I was
AIDS,
I
AIDS.
was an innocent little kid when that came out, so I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm corrupted. But
Wow.
it took me a long time to actually. It took me like a period of 5 years to fall in love with that movie. So
Right. Yeah. See, all my favorite movies couldn't be released nowadays. I love the Zucker Abraham movies. Those are
I don't
movies
know
like Naked
Zucker Abraham.
Gun, Top
Oh,
Secret, Airplane.
oh,
Um,
Airplane is a trip, but those are satires. That's the thing is people don't understand the difference between satire, like
right, exactly. But you still couldn't make
Avalanche
it nowadays
and
without people flipping out.
the other one was what was that one called?
There's Blazing Saddles from Mel Brooks.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
just about
Blazing
anything by
Saddles.
Mel Brooks.
Woo!
Although
Brooks is
I hear they're
amazing.
working on History of the World Part 2, which
They are.
absolutely delights me.
It does. I'm trying to. Oh, shut. Okay. Okay. Attack of the Clones is not a great movie. It is a terrible movie. Can we please get off of that bandwagon? Please, can we
Wow.
stop pretending it's a good movie?
That's
Just
got to
stop.
be say Wong.
No,
Got a
it is
comment by
Phil.
Kayla.
I can't believe it's either Phil
Oh,
or Dumbass.
oh.
No, you guys.
Oh man, it's
Can
coming
we
from
just
all
get off
sides.
of that? Wow.
Rick says he loves Team America.
America.
America,
Yeah.
fuck
History Reel
yeah.
Part 2 will be a
Gonna save
series.
them for the
Wow.
yeah.
I did not
I
know
mean,
it's
it's
gonna be a
as
series.
bad. I mean, Pearl Harbor. Terrible movie.
Pearl Harbor sucks.
I
Pearl Harbor
miss
was a
you.
drag of a movie. God damn. I remember seeing that shit.
I just love. I miss you like like Michael Bay missed the point when he made Pearl Harbor. I love.
Is that
I love it
from
so
Team
much.
America?
Yes, it
Sorry.
is. It's a
Uh,
big reflective montage where it's like, do I go off and like save the day?
or do I? But I really miss this girl that I messed up this relationship with. But God, Pearl Harbor sucks. I think they were just basically saying that Pearl Harbor just sucked.
Wasn't that
Probably
the
watched that
freedom?
movie. Was like,
There's
this
the
movie's
free.
awful. And he just went home and wrote it. It's so good. Ah, so good. But yes, I think that those movies are offensive, but they are also talking about society and they are making a reflection. To me, Star Trek always does woke pretty well, unless it's like made for a gas and it doesn't come off very well. I don't know.
hmm
I have a hard time. I've watched a couple episodes of Lower Decks, and it still has not yet resonated quite well with me quite yet.
I have not seen that.
Um, but I think there are many, many Star Trek episodes that do things so fantastically. Like Cisco's the best captain ever. Just saying. Hashtag MySpace Dad. And I mean that by terms of a reference of like the same how they call Leia Space Mom, Captain
Mhm.
Cisco Space Dad. Just saying. So
I think what we're all kind of getting on is that older woke stuff was actually good. Because
well, that's
again,
because they
anything that's
weren't trying to
progressive.
put. Yeah, they were
Yeah, it
just
just
telling
existed
good
better.
stories. They weren't. They're trying to
yeah,
just yeah.
the current day is just like bad writing that's just like trying to do it because it's the hot flavor button of the week kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, if
oh,
you have
this is
good
what everyone's
stories,
got the
it's
panties
easier
and
to do
twists
that.
about. Let's make a show and be the most offensive. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas, I mean, like you were saying in the beginning, like Dragon Prince is a fantastic show. Like it's, I wish it was actually talked about more because it's just telling a really good story.
it
These
is.
are characters I
I
can
like the
resonate
world. I like
with,
the characters. It's got
like
good
the world. I
action. It's
like the
good
characters.
animation.
Yeah, the
Yes.
animation is beautiful. I love the writing. It's great.
Yeah, it
So
definitely has that Avatar vibe or like European mishmash of magic and dragons and shit.
Hold on just a second. I gotta see if hold on.
so anyways,
Is that the ghost?
Aaron, you were still talking
Is
about
that
Velma,
your
and I
trivia on
totally
Pearl
like
Harbor?
railroaded you. I'm so sorry.
No, you didn't. I made my point.
I keep
Okay,
hearing this echoing, but I'm not sure if it's coming from.
I'm hearing it as well. It's probably you.
Well, it's not me because I'm on mute.
No,
Sorry, is it?
Van.
Oh.
I was on mute right now, so if you guys still kept hearing that echoing, then it wasn't me.
Okay, I will mute.
Is it
What?
me?
And of course,
Is it
I'm
me,
not hearing
Jesus?
anything
Is it me?
now.
I let you take the wheel. This is what happened. God.
I accidentally had to
No,
say
God, Alexis, stop.
Dunwell versus Good. Oh, Dunwell versus Good. She fixed the top banner while we were in show.
So let me chime in here
Yeah.
because I'm gonna magically transform back into old fours from a year ago,
Uh-oh.
back when I was asking
Whoa.
questions. And I'm going and from each of you, I would like to hear your definition of the word woke. Not what we think it is or how it's being used in the context of social media. What is the literal definition of the word woke? Go.
Who's
Who
going
started
first?
Who's on first?
Do you believe in Jar Jar Binks? Who do you want to go first, Aaron?
I
And
don't
we've gone
care.
with allegories
I don't care.
already.
Somebody give me the definition.
Hey, Van, you go first.
All right. Woke. I feel like it's just being an empath. Really, it's just taking into consideration different people having different situations from yourself, and it not being that fucking big of a deal. I don't know. It's not that difficult to me. I feel like all the things that people are calling woke or get. I mean, when I watch these YouTube channels and I hear these, more conservative nerd channels, they're complaining about, Black Ariel. They're complaining about, I guess there was a gay character in the Buzz Lightyear movie. All these things that they're complaining about, I just feel like I was like, these people exist. I don't know why I haven't really heard anybody complain about disabled people, such as the Eternals, um, or deaf characters or blind characters, but I'm sure their day are coming too. All right, Aubrey, how about?
Woke to me is, I mean, they're basically saying someone who's woken up. It's not just thinking about just themselves, but thinking about other people, thinking about how can we make the world better. To me, that's what woke is. And again, it's just, yeah, exactly what Metz was just saying. It's like being aware of like social issues outside of yourself, being empathetic. Um, just understanding that the world revolves around more than just you and those who look like you or think like you. Everyone has their different lives and different, and it's like they're gonna have different experiences, and it's good that those things should be highlighted.
But there's so many
That's
people
what
that
woke
use
is
it.
to me. It's people who
Do you
are
think
woken up are
that
not asleep.
I think
there's so many
it,
people that use it as a negative, though? I feel like
They
what's
do.
kind of hard is that
That's weird.
all of us would consider it as a positive thing, I believe, unless somebody has a different opinion. But
I
there are a lot of people who
mean,
think of it as a negative thing. Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong, Anthony. What say you?
What do you think about
so
Anthony?
so ironically enough, I agree with what Van is saying about what it should be. I wish people were like that. I
Yes.
think that it's interesting that you say, trying to get people to not be stuck in a way that you just think like the people who look like you or around you, because that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what ultra woke people do. Like the fact that when I hear woke, I think somebody that like has their gender pronouns is their first and foremost thing on any profile, that they are talking constantly about race and identity politics and intersectionality. And what I see a lot of media of is just very vehemently angry people that are trying to express these ideas and like make the world a better place. But the way that they're doing it is very abrasive and very aggressive. I
Angry,
wish
yeah.
it was a bit more
I
of that
understand
peace
that.
mindset, or like just let me live and live my life. It's that, oh, you're part of the patriarchy. You're a cis white male, therefore you're automatically wrong. Like that's what I hear from that kind of stuff. So I wish it was more of the positive things. I think that there has been in the past really great positive looks at things that did incorporate people more naturally and organically. I think that there are good things there, but the path to hell is also paved on good intentions. And some people, when we have
Right.
such loose wording for certain things, it becomes problematic because it creates this vacuum of if you don't agree with me, therefore you're automatically terrible. There's no
Right.
conversation happening. It's just follow along with what I say because I took a gender studies class in my college years. I got a C- in it, but I took it.
Right. Right. Um. Yeah. I think the sad thing is that I know I when I listen to your definition of woke, that's more what I think of as more of like the militaristic people about it, the people that get offended, at the drop of the hat. Whereas I feel like there's a lot of people that would even look at us as like, like
Too
really woke.
progressive,
But
right? Well, and
yeah,
what you were
I
saying
feel like
about like
we're
the
like the lowest.
conservatives losing their shit over like the 2 second kiss and Buzz Lightyear, like, yeah, that's something stupid to be upset about.
Right.
Or in the
Like,
Force Awakens, yeah. It's
yeah, like
stupid. It's
if
dumb.
you hyper fixate on that, like, what did you miss the entire rest of the story? Like that's not a big deal, but like, yeah, that's stupid. That's where both sides are just terrible. Like,
Right. And
if you're too
and
much
my
to
my
appreciate the good things, it's sad.
my argument is that we've been seeing that from straight couples. I mean that's literally almost every single movie that's acceptable and
Oh,
appropriate,
but
right?
Van,
Like,
think of his children.
Dear God, I mean,
well,
Modern Family's been on television for years now, and
I'm kidding.
that was
if
a good, wholesome, family-friendly show. Like, I don't know. I don't know where it's just becoming more and more problematic that people are just like that upset all the time.
I don't know.
and
We had Married with Children.
We did.
Aubrey, if that was the case, if it was, think of the children, right? If our children see this, they're going to become gay. Well, then,
I
if by that
That's
law,
not how
wouldn't
gay
all children be
works.
That's not how
straight?
gay works.
That's not how
No,
Wouldn't
no,
all
gay
I was
children be
being
straight? Because that's what
Oh my God, I
it's
love that
always
Van's
been.
taking me seriously when I said think of the children.
No, no,
Van,
no,
you're
no, no. I
so
know I'm not
funny.
taking you
Please
seriously.
think of the
I'm just trying to
children.
present the other side of the argument that I think a lot of people don't think about when they say, like, oh,
No, Rick, I've
if
not
my
seen it.
kids see two guys kissing, then they might become gay. Well, every movie they've ever grown up with has always been a man and woman, so doesn't that mean that they should, turn out like a heterosexual couple?
Well, they again need to have a good, wholesome gay story from something somewhere at some point, and I think that there is something to be said about how soon do you incorporate something like that for children. It depends on what level and what kind of representation you have with it.
You
I
know
think
what?
like the Loud House has a character that's got two gay dads. We see it pretty commonly, and it's always like the one skinny one and the one bigger one. That's every gay couple in cartoon media.
You know what really great woke show that we haven't actually talked about? Gem.
Steven
Not Gem.
Universe.
Huh? Steven
Steven
Universe.
Universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steven Universe. Fantastic representation. And also just really, it really talks about social issues in a really good way that I think are things that should be talked about.
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
it makes certain emotional things that kids go through a bit more digestible, especially on like this
Yeah,
intergalactic, like epic saga scale. I will say though, they rushed the ending. They rushed
they
the
did.
ending
I
and
agree.
then gave us the movie, and then we're like, well, shit, now we need to make another season, and then they only made the one, and then it was over, and I'm disappointed. Had such a great build up there for like the good middle. Middle was so good, and then it's just like,
Yes.
oh, it's over.
Rick is
Oh,
asking,
damn.
have you seen You People?
I've not seen You
Yes.
People.
I just watched this with Eli. We both actually really like that movie because it does say a lot about what it's like to be in an interracial couple, and especially with the families, like seeing you as the outsider, and the way that they like kind of don't mean to treat you this way, but they do.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I know for a fact that Eli has experienced some
You
of
gotta keep
the
going on
things that happened to the main character in that one, the girl, from like his family. Like those, like there's just little comments here and there that's just like, dear God, can you shut the fuck up? Please don't talk to my partner like that. It's offensive.
Frank,
But
yeah, I agree. Also, I'm just saying, Frank, yes, just Force things, it divides us. Yes, I agree.
yes.
But anyway, keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Anthony, sorry.
So no, You People was a really good movie, and it does talk about how, like, because of the trauma and the stigma and the history of things, like, you know, we might not necessarily ever be cool with each other on a fundamental level, because there was a great analogy about like the a relationship where like the guy goes off and cheats, and so now that like that happened, the other partner is always going to remember that you cheated and kind of always give you shit for it, and like they can't help that because that shit happened, and that's part of what happens. Like it's a bad thing. But at the end, the heart of the movie is also about how, like, when people love each other, like, we have to be okay with that and like be respectful of, like, don't treat people like as little tokens or expect them to be a certain way just based off of, you know, what background they have. You got to give people a chance. Got to give people a chance.
Yeah.
But it was cute. It was a cute movie. I will say Jonah Hill, looking a little rugged. I'm almost certain that he's like only supposed to be like 32 or 35. I forget, but he looks rough in that film. And
Wow.
and I feel bad.
He's
'cause,
younger
like, the
than us.
chemistry I mean, he's looking okay. Like I think he's looking good. It's just they made him really tan for whatever reason, and it just brought out every single line in his face. I'm just like, you look like a guy who went through a bad divorce, like, already. And this is a movie where you're supposed to be like getting married, kind of thing, because your family's like, "Oh, you're 35. Why aren't you married?"
Rick, I hope that answers your question. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it. Have you seen it there, Mr. Force?
No,
He's on.
I have not.
There we go.
Sorry, I had to get off mute. No, I have not.
Okay. What is it for you? What is your definition of woke there, Mr. Force?
Well, that's why I had to ask, because every time I see the word woke, it's somebody insulting somebody else in a comment section.
Which is
I've never really taken the time to do the research or, you know, try to Google the definition or look up in a dictionary or anything like that. I've always just heard it in this very negative connotation, and I don't really utilize the terminology myself. That's why I kind of wanted to get a feel for it from y'all.
Well, it always strikes me the same when people try to say SJWs, you know, social justice warriors, which is really funny because a lot of people are like, when did Star Trek become an SJW? When did Marvel become an SJW? And it's like, have you guys been watching the same show? Have you guys been watching the same stuff? Because this is what I feel like is happening here. This is what it is. It's that.
You know, you two know that I'm a bit of a simpleton. I mean, there's no getting around it. I'm a bit of a simpleton, and I don't know. No, sweetie, listen to me. I'm serious. I don't give this stuff thought because, to be perfectly honest, I just want us to all coexist. I mean, that's
what that's about.
really all it is. Like, I don't, you know, if there's anything in true honesty, okay, I can say this about Christianity. I can say this about Catholicism. I can say this about racism. I can say this about anything out there. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's forceful flamboyancy. That's what I'm not the biggest. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're black, you're white. I don't care. I don't care. What really just needs to stop with everything is the forcing. Don't force shit down my throat. Like, I have very different beliefs than a lot of folks here on Kyber Cave, and you don't see me throwing up the biggest, thickest shield and attacking when I hear something I don't like. That's not my way. I'm not going to force my beliefs on anybody else either. Like, you know, if you want to be gay, be gay. You know, if you want to support the police, support the police. I don't give a shit either way. It don't affect my paycheck, and it doesn't affect how I put my head on the pillow. That's why it really kind of gets under my skin when you see this 5,700 comment Facebook post over something that a producer wants to bring to people's attention. It's like, okay, like take Last of Us, for example. Haven't watched it, but it's all over Facebook. And then, of course, you catch like a picture. Okay, here's what I saw this morning. A picture of a strawberry. A picture of a strawberry. I don't know what the picture of the strawberry means, but according to the 5,700 comments that followed the strawberry, it was either y'all are so woke and this show is crap and blah blah blah, and then like the 427 comments following that are you're a phobe, you're a phobe, you're a phobe, you're a phobe, and it's like, oh my god, people, can we stop? Like, for real, can we just stop and just let
what
the
that
show be what
usually
it is?
says to me when people are like, "Oh, you're so woke," what it literally means to me when people say that is, I don't understand. I don't understand the argument, therefore I'm going to attack. That's what it feels like.
It's pointless.
I understand what's going on, so I have to project.
I honestly have been in that position too, where like I say, I don't understand this. I need somebody to explain it to me. And then this is the thing that kills me. The woke people will be like, well, you educate
Frank, you're good.
yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't like that answer, because what you're telling me is that I need to believe what you believe, but you can't convince me of what you believe sometimes, because you don't know what the fuck
I
you're actually
understand.
talking about.
Yeah.
And people instantly shut down and just be like, well, you know, how dare you pick apart what I was trying to say? Like, you have to agree with me because I
It's a
learned
fallacious
this from
argument.
somebody who went to school, and therefore I think I'm smarter than you. Like, it doesn't. It does
Oh,
come
man,
down
that's
kind of
how-
to philosophy. Like, this is where philosophy really plays into it. And I think that there are good intentional things that we were trying to do, but
Mhm.
so a really bad way of going about it. Like, one of the things I hate is when I hear like, oh, people of color can't be racist. Like, you don't know what the
Anyone can be
definition of
racist.
racism is if you're telling me that a group of people can't be racist against another group of people. It's simply on the basis that they are not themselves white. Because I have heard some horrendously racist shit come out
Okay.
of all sorts of people of all sorts of different backgrounds. Like,
No
it does still exist.
No bullshit. This is a true story. When I was in college, I was in Fort Lauderdale, and there was this huge group. I mean, we were on break from class. So down in the courtyard, um, there was an enormous like racial argument happening. And I specifically recall one dude, he was black, and he was telling this whole group of white guys, he says, until y'all are slaves for 400 years, we ain't never going to be happy. I will never in my life forget that statement. Never. Like, this dude straight said, he wants white people to be slaves for 400 years before they will be happy. Like, for one person to make a statement like that was wow. Like, I was quite literally blown away by it. Like, there are just little things like that in my life that I will never ever 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 forget. So you're right. You don't have to be just you don't have to be oh my god. Oh, I'm dumbfounded just remembering it. Like I recall the day. I recall the day. It was nuts. But
I've
yeah.
had similar arguments, unfortunately. So I'm and then to me that's just a gross misunderstanding of history.
Mhm.
It's usually what I say. I say, oh well, you need to go to read history because that's happened.
Well, it's not
The
even so
Irish.
much it's that well that and it's also like one of the arguments that was made on the radio the other morning. Like, it was about apologies. Like,
Mhm.
should a descendant of somebody have to apologize for their family's history? Like, if
I mean,
okay,
if you're still living in the house, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
well, I
if you're
mean,
still
okay,
following those beliefs of that, sure.
right. Okay, so I think oh geez, I'm crow. What was the that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, so the
Yes,
author,
Frank, I agree.
the
Mhm.
author, the author of James the Giant Peach.
Road dog.
The
Okay.
family. Okay, so
Roald Dahl.
Lewis
Okay.
Carroll.
Yeah. No, it's
earlier in
Oh no,
Ronald Dahl, I
Dahl.
think.
Robert Dahl.
Road dog.
Sorry.
Ronald
yeah,
Dahl.
so earlier in the
Ronald,
week,
right.
there was a huge debate on if it was appropriate or necessary for the family to make a statement apologizing for the views of the author, even though he passed away. And the opposing viewpoints were this. One was, no, this is how the man lived his life. These were his beliefs, and he went to his grave and specifically told the family, these are my beliefs. Do not apologize. I'm not changing anything for any press. The family, on the other hand, decided to say, you know what? We need to save face, so we're apologizing. So who's in the right? And that was an enormous spark debate. Like, oh my god. And it's an interesting question. Like, who's in the right?
I mean, it's one of those things that because he had the freedom to not change his beliefs, but they also have the freedom to choose to apologize if they want to.
Yeah.
So I mean,
With
if they
Anthony.
did
Not
that
on
of their
his
own
behalf,
volition
though, I
and free
wouldn't
will
say.
because they felt that it was the right thing to do, well, then that's what they believe is the right thing to do. If people sat there and demanded, like, you need to explain that person's behavior, I mean, that's kind of a fucked up, unrealistic expectation. Like you can't be responsible for what somebody else thought. Now, at the same time, if this family is like prospering or has a profit from a book he wrote expressing those views that are damaging, that might be a different thing entirely. Like if you're benefiting off of the publishing comp right now, like seriously, what the fuck?
They are benefiting off the published works. They are still seeing the money.
Are the books the things that are saying it, or is it just something he believed in his own free time? I don't know what statements were made.
It's so the way it was reported was that the author had his own belief systems, and he in an interview, excuse me, in an interview near the end of his life, he expressed over news radio that he believed a certain race needs to be handled a certain way. I'm not going to go any further than that. But those beliefs were not expressed in his books. So the publishing companies and the family had a conversation as to the continuing profits of said published works. And the family said, okay, well, even though he's passed away, and even though he said he's never going to apologize for what he said on the radio, we're going to apologize in his stead and defy his wishes.
Oh, they should also take a percentage of their profits and donate it to a charity that supports that group of people. that would be the best way to kind of get around to it. Like, okay, so
but anyway,
10% of every book sold is going to go and benefit this particular cause.
So anyway, the point of my bringing it up is that it just goes to show that there are no apologies when it comes to certain belief systems. And I think a lot of both sides of the spectrum, both the woke and the non-woke, expect apologies for things, for beliefs and whatnot. And it's like, just shut up and coexist.
Oh, I hate to break.
I mean, there's a whole thing with Dr. Seuss as well, where the estate of Dr. Seuss was like, yeah, we're gonna take these books off, like themselves. They're like, we don't like what this message of these books are teaching, so we're gonna like not reprint them. And people, oh, how dare you not print these books, and how dare you ban them, and how could you? And it's like, how could they be forcing these Dr. Seuss books? And it's like, no, that's something we decide ourselves because they just were not great.
Well, this does kind of breach the subject of censorship.
It just depends. I think it depends.
And people trying to ban books, like the ultra conservatives are trying to ban a lot of books too.
Sure.
And I don't think that that's the best way of going about it. I think that being able
but
the
difference. But see, this is where understanding what it means when it matters. Like, it's not that another thing is banning these books. It was the estate itself going, these books are not necessarily great. They do not help our society on a whole. They're just not great.
They have the right to do
take
that.
them down.
I'm saying if the people who are holding the responsibility of it make that decision, then that's fine. But if it's outside forces demanding, hey, you can't print this book because I don't agree with you, that becomes a slippery slope.
I mean,
it can be done to the other side as well.
I think people should definitely read more.
Down to is that people were saying,
and understand,
because I remember the Dr. Seuss controversy. And I remember it was like one line about a Chinese person or something like that, or a drawing or something like that. And then in a couple of other books, there were similar incidents. It's not like the entire.
These aren't really well-selling books, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's kind of like that sequence from Aristocats.
Right. Some of them were right. Exactly. It's not like the entire thing was racist.
I'm confused about the Aristocats thing. I'm not.
Have you seen the Aristocats?
Of course, I've seen the Aristocats.
Okay, so during Everybody Loves to Be a Cat, like there's just a little bit of something that's just like, ooh, it's very Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's. We'll say that much.
Wait, I mean, is it with the Siamese cat?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I feel like there's another character within that song that also kind of had some stereotypes going on, but I could be wrong.
I mean, you could say that about We Are Siamese, if you don't please. There's that one, too. The Cats and the Lady and the Tramp.
Mm-hmm.
And even the song, Everybody Wants to... Well, not that one. I'm sorry.
What I was
the Lady and the Tramp thing. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I have no idea what I was talking about.
Sorry, we just went, squirrel.
What? We got off topic? Never.
Never.
It's all right. We've gone the full hour anyway. What's our next topic?
Yes.
Let's get off this.
Okay,
This is uncomfortable.
Everybody.
All right. Our
Everybody wants
next
to be my
topic:
cat.
Hallelujah,
the bucket
everybody.
list done
Anyways.
and yet to be.
Oh,
I know
Jesus.
Mr. Aaron's
Our
got a
life.
big one coming up here. He just
Oh,
took
look
care
at
of
your baby.
his ticket today. Right? Am I right? Am I?
Yes.
Yes.
That was trying to be a
mean-
lead-in segment there.
Yay,
I
Mr.
mean-
Force.
Yeah. Well, yes. I'm
This
still
is your
in a.
longest flight, isn't it?
It's my first flight.
Well, then it's your longest.
Oh, it's Jamez. It is Jamez. Of course, it has to be Jamez that's doing this because only Jamez would poke fun of me by saying Attack of the Clones. It's a great
Bucket
movie.
list. Bucket
Sorry.
list done
Go ahead.
and
Sorry.
yet to be.
Oh.
I mean, I guess.
All my animals are up on me right now. What the fuck? Seriously?
Hey, I'm amazed Morgan's not all up on me right now. He's like over here. Anyway, keep going.
Pay
Yes,
attention to
bucket list
me.
yet done and
Pay
yet to be.
attention.
I don't have a lot of
What are
things
yours,
that I
Mr.
really
Forrest?
wanted to do on a bucket list. Like, I guess a bucket list thing. I would want to see Northern Lights in person.
Yes.
That's something I want to do.
Yes.
They
I
are
wanna-
fantastic. I want to go again. Let's all go on a cruise together.
Yay.
Kyber
You keep
Cruise.
saying this. I know that this is something you really want to do, Van. This is
I
on your
want us to
bucket list.
all go chill in a hot tub. I want us to all do a show from
Back
the
away.
same
Go on.
room.
Well, that's supposedly going to be the second Friday of my visit.
Well, yeah,
Woo!
right, but there'll be most of us, but not all of us. I want all of us. I want John. I
he's
want
talking about our
Graveyard.
other
I want
standards,
everybody.
Jen,
Jen, exactly. Frey is out there. She's out there by herself, lonely. We gotta rescue her.
Somewhere
yeah,
out
but you get the furthest guy
Mm-hmm.
out
That
there
is
first.
true.
So
We are gonna have a fantastic time when you are out here. For his first
So-
flight, are you a road trip guy?
I'm not even a trip guy. Are you kidding me? All right, so making this quick bucket list. I've always wanted to be a voice actor.
Yeah.
We know that, yes.
Forever. Yeah, I always wanted to be a voice actor, and I want to see Northern Lights in person. Geez,
You
I
and
would
me,
like
Mets. You and
I
me.
would like to. Mezza. I do. I've been wanting to visit Ireland for probably the better part of 25 years. I want to go to Japan once.
Yeah.
Here's a funny one. I would like to own a truck.
What?
I would like
Okay.
like to
all
drive.
beater?
I would no. I want a Toyota Tacoma.
Wow.
I know, weird. It's what it is. I don't know. And a couple other things that I'll just keep to myself. But
Frank, skydive. Would you skydive?
Hell to the fuck no.
Hell yes.
I am never going skydiving. I already
Oh,
know that
Anthony.
Murphy's Law is strong with me. I will be that person that the chute and the backup chute do not open, and me and that personal trainer are gonna plummet to the earth. Like,
Oh, come on, Anthony.
No.
Come on.
if anything,
Come
that is
on,
my
hon.
code word
It would
that
be
you know I'm
great.
in trouble. If I message you saying
You
I'm
go
going
great.
skydiving today, that means call the police help, because I will never utter that phrase. Never, ever, ever.
That means
So,
you
yeah,
get
Not unless
kidnapped.
I'm like an old man who wants to die. Like if I get to a point where like I want to take myself out of this world, I will become the biggest daredevil
Aw.
ever. I will be that 95-year-old man who's like skydiving and doing the squirrel suit. I'm gonna start going deep sea fishing. I'm just gonna be like, take me, Lord, take me with the adrenaline rush. It's gonna be amazing. Like that's where I'm gonna be.
Jonas, I'm dying. He said deep Portland. That kills me.
Nihongo.
Yes.
Any
No.
Yeah, we
anywho,
gotta
Totally
get out there to
decided.
Mario Land.
Nippon Land. This just cracks me up. It's not called Nippon Land. It's just Nihon. It's just Nihon. Or Nippon.
Anywho, so
All right,
bucket list.
Bucket list. Anthony.
Sure. So as far as things that I've done, I'm happy to say that I've been a leading character in several musicals. I've costumed a show. I've been nominated for an award for that. Which I was just happy getting the nomination. I knew I wasn't going to win. I didn't win, but I was happy to be nominated. I've acted in paid for a movie, even though I never saw the movie. I don't even think it got finished, but I got paid for it. And then I've hosted like events like Pride. I'm in a good relationship. I'm trying
don't
to
leave,
get a house
Rick.
and all those things. So that's fun. As far as things I'd like to do, like definitely travel is one of them. I'm looking forward to my family's big trip to Italy in a couple of years. I definitely would love to write a book or a book series. I would love to make a graphic novel, but I'm going to need a team if that's ever going to be the case. And I don't know. I'd love to have kids. So it's going to be a bit rougher for me to figure that one out.
No.
Unless I just adopt.
Adoption.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
Mel said she wanted to do a
surrogacy.
marathon. Not me.
But yeah, that was mine. Those were mine.
Beautiful. Aubrey.
Van?
Ice skating.
Ice
wanna do
skating.
ice
You've
skating.
never been ice skating?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I've done when I was a kid, we did ice skating. But what I mean is like do a actual like ice skating like an ice skating what are those called? I can't think of what
Trophy?
it's called. Like a no, not trophy, but like do a like actual like ice skating like with a song
Choreographed
what's it
routine?
called? Yeah, I want to do a choreographed thing during ice
Oh,
skating.
so you would
that'd be
need to like take
cool.
classes and do skills and stuff.
Yes.
I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
an ice skating rink in Vacaville. We can knock that one out real quick.
Real quick.
No,
And here
actually,
comes
I'm
Aubrey
going
with the
Monday.
Waxel.
I'm going Monday to do some ice skating with my friend, which is fun. And she's actually like a legit ice skater, so she could do like jumps and triples, and she could do all those things. She's an older lady. She's amazing. Yeah, she's like, I've got some skates you could use, and we could go do this. And I'm like, oh,
Some
so I'm like super
blades.
excited. I already went to Japan, so that was on my bucket list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've already been to Nihon. Nihon ni ikimashita. Uh, let's see here. Yes, figure skating. Thank you, Juan. Yes, I want to do figure skating. That was always my secret dream was to be a figure skater.
Yeah.
What was another one of my? Ireland is something I really want to go to. That's on my bucket list. It's been a while since I've like really looked at my bucket, like what I really wanted. I've done a lot of things that were on my list of things I wanted to get done. I would love to publish a series of books. I've written a lot, but I haven't published anything yet.
Right.
Have you tried?
I did bring her coffee. Have I tried? No, not yet. I mean, I have stuff written. Like I have to get all of my poetry into one books and then try to do it. And then I've got a bunch of books that need to be finished. I published on fanfiction.net, but that doesn't count. It's a Blake fanfiction. So
I think I published a chapter of a book I was working on in like a college newsprint paint thing, but that was it.
So there you know a guilty thing about me.
All
I've
12
actually
people
published.
that read it.
I have published Blade fanfiction. There you go.
Fun.
You have some awful poetry. I've been told my poetry is good and publishable. I just haven't done it. Need to go do that. And I want to sing on a big stage. I would love to sing in front of like 20,000 people. That's another big bucket list of mine.
Yeah.
Or 50,000 people. That would be amazing.
You wouldn't be nervous?
No. No, not at all.
That a sea
No,
of
when
crowd
you
of
have
people
that
like
much energy in front of you, it's hard to not just.
It's hard not. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It's actually scarier for me to perform in front of one or two people than it is for me to perform in front of a big crowd. I've done it, but not 20,000 people big. So.
I think I've capped at like 300.
Yeah.
Well, we got to jump in.
I mean,
and
it's hard.
luggage.
Ah,
You
I'm
jump
so
jump into
jelly.
the
I want to
ledge.
go. I want to go see the sakura blossoms again. That's when I went. I went during the sakura blossoms, and it was amazing. Sugoi desu ne. Sugoi desu yo. It was kirei, kirei desu yo. So beautiful. So, yeah, that was a thing that I really love doing. Yes, I speak Japanese. Leave me alone. Nihongo wa hanashimasu. Um, but yes, so that was the thing. I learned Japanese. That was a big thing on my bucket list. I'm not great at it, but I can do it. I was almost by the time we left Japan. I was almost fluent. I was getting there. I was like speaking it regularly every day, and I was getting to where I was getting there. Speak English and bad English. I love you, Mets. I really want to publish New Order. That's another one on my bucket list. That's a big thing. I wrote a role playing book, and it's almost a publishing stage, which we are going to be playing soon on this channel.
Woohoo!
Let's
Um,
go.
um, I've already done a. I've already released an album, so that's one that I've done. Um, I'm trying to think. I would love to see the Northern Lights. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I want to go to
Let's make
Egypt.
that cruise happen. Yes, Kyber
Let's make that
cruise,
cruise
Kyber cruise,
happen.
Kyber cruise.
Seriously,
And
they
yeah, I
leave
would
out
love
of
to
San
do be
Francisco.
a voice actor as well. And I want to act in a really big movie. That would be something I really want to do.
Woohoo!
I'm
Nice.
with you on
And
that.
write for
Well,
movies or write and write music composition movies. There we go. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. That's me.
all right. As for me,
We did. We
it's
did do a
kind of
ton of
weird,
work on Metz's character. It's gonna be. Oh, her character's gonna be awesome. Anyways,
I
go
have
ahead, Dan.
well, thank you. I have gotten a chance to do kind of a lot of the things that were on my younger bucket list, but everything at like entry level. Like, like I've written a book and I've published. I have hundreds of books out there in the world, but not like at a big publishing company. They were always self-published chapbooks of my spoken word poetry. I was the Grand Slam champion for spoken word poetry in Sonoma. I got to compete at the national poetry competitions in 2008 and got my ass kicked severely, but I was there. um, I've been in commercials. I've been mentioned in album liners. I've done. I've gotten to go saber fight people in other cities and other states. I've gotten to do a lot of cool things. My big dream I think is more like with this in this production company, like I keep talking about this cruise, us all taking a cruise together, but I really see that as a possibility and not as far off as all of us think. um we are doing incredible things on this channel in general. I was just looking over our growth since we had started the channel in the last year and everything. And
Hmm.
you would be amazed. It may not seem like it when we're coming on here every Friday night and we're just talking shit to each other, but the growth of this channel, the amount of views that we have, has been growing steadily. And honestly, like I really could see this time next year all of us chilling on a cruise ship together going up and seeing the Northern Lights.
Hey,
Yup.
hey, hey.
Seriously, all of us. When we do Kyber Con 4, we'll be able to afford to fly Graveyard out and John and Frey and Fours.
Yeah,
Everybody will be able to be there. And then we'll have like hotel rooms and stuff. We're gonna do it big.
I'm gonna have fun.
So yeah, and what's cool is like, once with the growth of this, I see all other things possible. I mean, it really isn't that difficult to publish your own book once you have the typesetting done and all that. Why why not do it? Like I've always loved the George
I have
Lucas quote.
fun doing
Who
it.
George Lucas said, "When you own your equipment, nobody can tell you no." You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about it. If we have the ability to publish all of our books, why wouldn't we do it? If we have the ability to make our own little movies, Why wouldn't we make our own movies and make Aaron's dream come true? Make Aubrey's dreams come true. We could have Aubrey and David doing the music on the on the soundtrack. There's so many different things that we all have the ability to do, and I personally see them coming to a forefront very soon. I
Well,
predict it.
and I think that with that in mind, it's because if you have a team of people, it does kind of come together. Like I would love to, again, I would love to do my graphic novel, but I know damn well if I try to do that whole 100% by myself, like I'll probably never get it done. It's going to take me an eternity. I have too much in my head to do all of it by myself. I need that background artist. I need someone to help me with storyboards. I need someone to tell me that writing is terrible. Here, this is better. Like, just know my situation.
Anthony, let's get together. I can help.
We have
Yay!
all the resources within our grasp. We are
Hey,
all talented in many different fields.
hey, Van.
Yes.
Hey, I just need like 3 minutes to let the babies out. I'll be right back, okay?
All right. No sweat. No sweat. Yes, we all have the ability to do these things. And so I believe they shall be done. What are you
That's
laughing at?
you guys need to look at Mets. She's cracking me up. Oh my gosh, she's killing me in the chat there. Where are other people to? What are your guys' bucket list? Please, like also in the chat. Those who are in
I've
the
seen
chat,
a
like
few
Frank
things
and
in the
everyone,
chat.
please, like also come in.
I
Not
know
just Mets and I.
Say Wong was saying he wanted to go to San Diego Comic Con. I can say I've been to
Damn
San Diego Comic
on
Con, but I was there
doing.
before it was cool.
See, Mets is just cracking me up in the chat over here. She's killing me.
Babies.
Bye bye.
Night.
What the
That is one
hell?
of my bucket lists, is getting married and having babies too. Eventually.
Oh.
Eventually.
Oh. Okay.
So, but I have this
uh,
baby here, so he's wonderful.
Oh, yes.
I would love
And
to get to
yeah,
traveling a bunch more. I was
I would love
fortunate
to do
that
that.
when I was younger, when I was a merchant marine. Hey, Thomas, there's a name I
Oh
haven't seen
no.
in a minute. What's going on? Yes,
Yes,
we are talking
Thomas,
about
we
bucket lists.
are.
I got to do a little bit of traveling. I got
That's
to
so serious
backpack
at the
in
shows.
Europe, in Amsterdam, France, Italy, and London. So that was kind of a cool thing. What are you laughing at, Aubrey?
Everything.
Say what?
It's- you know
Say
what?
what? Just being a
Screw
dick.
She's not even here, man. I mean, she's in your side right now. She's in the comments. She's not even. I'm the one that
Really,
does this
Thomas?
shit.
I know. I know.
For better or worse.
Oh, I want to post a parallel through a con. Oh wait. Oh, Matt's just kidding.
um. Wait.
I want to
What did
not
she say? I
die.
want to not die planning a con. Wow.
We'll see about that one.
We'll see.
Dude,
No promises.
she's
No
on
promises.
fire tonight. It's because of the coffee I brought you, isn't it? It's because I brought you that coffee, and now you're just on
Uh
fire.
oh.
Oh, hi, darling.
Uh
You did Okinawan
I'm adding you.
karate? Oh, that's amazing.
Are you drinking tonight?
No.
Who?
Are you on liquid pain medication?
Who?
Do you know? I'll tell you.
I
I'll
wish
tell you
I
what it
was.
is. It's called planning a con.
It's making you
It's that
delirious.
coffee I gave you, isn't it? Isn't it, Mets?
Ooh, Thomas says he wants to be a
I
pro
just heard myself
bodybuilder.
talk in my ears because I still had the stream playing.
Oh, that's funny. I said that. I just said he wanted to be a pro bodybuilder. That's amazing, Thomas.
That takes a
You
lot.
totally
I don't
should.
have the dedication for that.
For
That would
what?
be Aaron. Aaron should be a pro bodybuilder.
I don't want to be a pro
And cooking.
bodybuilder. I just want to be like 10% body fat so I can, blend into normal society.
That's
Do you
That's
think
all.
normal society is 10%?
No.
No, it's usually about 15.
I
15 to
was
No, it's
20.
like,
like
what
it's like
society are you in?
it's like 18 to 24 actually.
Yeah. And
Say
she's
Wong wants to go to Panama in May.
So out of all of the bucket list things that we have been talking about, like just why don't we round robin this? what goal do you believe you are closest to, or what is like the most attainable for you right now, Anthony?
Most attainable, probably buying a house. Eli and I have been, actively trying to work towards that for a minute. Like right now, it's terrible. Right now, it's so fucking terrible with the state of the like threat of the economy hitting the debt ceiling and all this other stuff. Like people at the premium rate height as it is right now, all over this place, and with the interest as it is, it's terrible. But at the same time, I have been saving money. I am pre-approved. My credit's at like a 760.
Congratulations.
So like,
That's
thank you.
amazing.
Right, I've been busting my ass on this goddamn credit.
That's not
especially,
easy.
Yeah, especially after COVID. Like COVID really rocked us hard. I had to live off of me and Eli were living off our credit cards for a couple months. So it's like,
Oh man.
So like, I think by the end of that year, we had gone from like being in the 730s down to like 540.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and building up since then. So. I mean, fortunately, again, I'm very blessed where I'm at. Like, I'm close to home. I make decent cash. Somehow I'm kind of paying off on those here and there. But we actually went to Coinstar yesterday. Like man, we haven't taken our Coinstar up at fucking $644 we had before they took out the 12%.
Wow.
But even so, I was like, how did we sit on that much change? Like literally for
Wow.
so long. So I guess Eli.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Frank? What WTF? I'm trying to understand what he's saying.
Maybe
probably because of the Coinstar.
Oh, okay.
Or credit something maybe. I don't know.
Dude, 760 is hard. I had 760 at one point. I get it. We actually were able to get our apartment that we got in San Jose due to my credit alone, because my other two roommates did not have good credit.
Yeah, my mom has like a solid score too. So I mean, she's willing to help us out as well. Because these days,
That's
like
awesome.
I don't know anybody who doesn't have their parents helping them to some extent. Like she's never gonna have to pay for any of it, but I might still need her to co-sign. We'll see.
Right.
I really hope this damn bubble bursts though. Like if I can get a house for $300,000, I will be so happy.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Getting a house. It's true.
What about you, Van? What do you think you're like really, really close to accomplishing as far as your bucket list is concerned? Like what item on there do you think you're either gonna nail really soon, or which one of those you think you'll hit first?
Dude, I've been ever since we've kind of had Mez come on, I've really been concentrating on this channel. It's been really hard dividing time between Kyber Cave and this and trying to grow and promote this channel, and then also have a regular job and a regular life as well. Um, but I see. I mean, honestly, Mez and I had a few months ago we had about a 6 month projection till about the middle of this year before this would turn into a real little YouTube channel. We're probably projecting about a month away right now.
Nice.
We're about 65 subs away from hitting that number, and we're just over 1,000 hours, and we've been clocking a lot of watch hours. So it could be just about another month and a half, and we turn into a real little YouTube channel, and then the real hard work begins. Like all of this has just been coasting until then.
This has been coasting? Wait, this has been work? What are you talking about?
To me, this is like all beautiful signs. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I look at we're gonna have the new rock stars at our event this next weekend, and like, just 6 months ago, could I even think that we'd be having celebrities on this caliber? John D. Michaels is going to be at our event in Fairfield, California. I mean, I couldn't have imagined that we could have this kind of like growth and status. And just to be able to rub elbows with those guys and maybe get some tips from people, so that we can grow our channel the way new rock stars are. They have less than 4 million subscribers, but have over 4.33 million dollars in assets.
Holy crap!
and
Yeah.
value. So, I mean, and they're coming to hang out with us. So,
Damn.
like that means a lot to me. You know what I mean? That says that other people see what we're doing, and just because we're small, we're not the big fish yet. People see the potential here, and it's something that I've seen for a long time. I'm just happy that that I have a bunch of other people around me that see it as well.
I'm excited to
So
see you,
One day
John.
we'll look
I can't
back
wait
on
to
these
see him.
days and go, oh, look at how young and poor we were.
we were one of the pools.
We were one of those people.
I actually can't wait to see Anthony next week either. I hope you're going to be there, buddy.
Yeah, I better be.
I'm
I
going
mean,
to
I
be
talked
excited
to.
to hang out with you in person. We'll be
I
a
know.
gas.
My boss hit me up today, like, oh, hey, was it about like the schedule and whatnot? Because I told her we had changed the day for Pride. And she thought that was for this week. And I was like, no, I still need these couple days off because it's Eli's birthday this weekend, too.
Right.
His birthday's on the 12th.
Oh, is he
Dear
going to
God,
come?
it's already his birthday. Yes. Yes, he should be.
That means I got to meet him too. Yay!
The question really does come down to: am I showing up to this in drag and cosplay, or am I just coming as my handsome self? So,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well come in
Cosplay as
cosplay and
Lavitz.
get a
Cosplay
chance
as
of winning
Lavitz.
something, right?
Oh, I
bitch,
wish
if I
you could
had the
cosplay
time
as
to make a
Lavitz.
Lavitz costume, I would. I do not have that ability in the next 5 days.
No, but this will happen. We will have to make a whole Legend of Dragoon cosplay because that would be so cool.
God.
All of us being Legend of Dragoon characters. Can you imagine, Anthony? Oh.
You realize I want to be Rose just because I think that I could pull her off.
You probably could
Right?
actually.
That's
Then
what
that would I have to be
love to
Shauna?
Maybe.
Oh, Husbeard.
Oh.
Graveyard is
No.
in the
I
house.
mean, trust, I would love to be Meru, but at the same time, like,
You
I
need to be
can't pull off
Maru.
the-
That's who you are.
I need like a full nude bodysuit then to like totally
Well-
cover up everything because I'm not
Well,
that
we will.
naked.
Okay, we will have to. We're gonna go searching for one. Hun, we're
Okay.
gonna do it. We're gonna do a costume planning day, and we're gonna do that.
Got you. I can make her giant ridiculous bow that sits on her ass. That's for sure.
I love it. Oh my god. Forrest doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know.
He still just sees the Levitts. That's all. He doesn't see. He's not seen Maru yet.
I'm honestly just mesmerized by the voice that Lavis was given. I'm so sold on that.
I love it.
I love it. Aubrey, what about you? Like out of all the
Yes.
stuff that you listed that you want to have happen, what do you think you're the closest to right now?
Well, probably doing. So I have a script that's pretty much finished. We're gonna start doing test screens for. So that could be something that's really in the near future of doing. So that'll be fun. But what is the closest one? I mean, I just gotta go do it, but probably going back to Japan or making it different, or going to maybe Ireland or something because I got money saved up for it. Maybe, but I probably need to do other things. I don't know. We also are really close to getting New Order finished, so that could be another one that we do that is actually really, really close to being done. To be fair, to publish. So.
Van disappeared.
He did disappear.
And I'm going. Huh? What?
Van did disappear. That sneaky.
Sorry,
boy.
I was answering. I was typing backstage here.
Sure you were. Sure you were, Van.
Sure, Van.
I mean, here it is. Look, here's the proof. Right there.
Morgan is
right.
typing his response as we speak. Stop it.
Danny,
Morgan.
my student Danny, he like will tune into every show just waiting for a damn.
He has
lightsaber
been
giveaway.
since Wednesday that we've noticed, and he's just kind of been trolling a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of like troll
You
extraordinaire, dude.
Yeah. Welcome to my students. Hi, Danny.
Hi. Yeah, I just go, hi, Danny, what's up? And then last night we were like, Van, come get your boy.
Yeah, come get your boy.
Get your boy.
That's hella funny.
Cat tags. So cat tags going on. Like and subscribe. Aw, thank you.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you,
Wagons
Say
and
Wong. Yes, I'm hoping to
sky.
see Say Wong out there. I know his Mandalorian costume is not finished, but Say Wong has a fantastic Han Solo that he does in other
So
characters
I
too.
can't wait to meet you in person, bud. You give me all the shit. I just can't wait to give it right back in person.
All the shit.
Oh, oh, wait,
That
did I
just
hear?
was that just me mean changing the house subject? What? I'm confused. No.
What? We
There's no
got off
problem with that.
subject? Never.
Oh,
Never.
no,
Never.
Pal's on.
This
Do
is
that.
we're professionals here. None of
I'm
us
not easily distracted. What
none
is
of us
this
have
about?
What about
ADHD.
you,
I don't know what
Mez?
you're talking about.
Never.
Mez, what's on your bucket list?
Well, I've said a
Done
few
with
in the
Ky-
chat.
To be done with KYBER Con 3.
To live Kyber Con.
I earlier said not die planning one, and that is yet to be determined.
I
We
love
want
your
to keep
I
you
love your
alive for
look.
another
I'm
8
subtle
days.
as a lamppost.
I said street light. I was trying to like cover
Okay.
my butt on NDA stuff.
Oh, it's fine. It's all good.
I definitely want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Ireland and I want to sit in a pub and drink a
Yes.
beer and listen to people talk.
We will have to do that, hun. That'll be something we'll plan and do. So.
I've been to
And
Scotland.
I want to be Lady of the Lake and spam a lot.
Oh.
Ah, I love a song that goes like this. That is one of my favorites.
Once in every show. I would love it.
I want to do that for one of my drag nights.
Kyber Cave, the
Miss you,
musical.
Graveyard.
Oh man, we missed you, Graveyard, but definitely we should totally do Kyber Cave a musical one night. That'd be so
It'll
fun.
be like Spaceball, Kyber Cave, the bath towel.
KYBER Cave the musical. So like, would it be one of those weird things where
Republic
we start
song.
singing even though like,
Republic of Ireland. The
like
North
against
is
our
not
will?
free. Stop. Just stop. Say one.
I wanna go to
Ireland is not free until
Mullingar. I wanna go to
Northern
Dublin.
Ireland is free. Yeah, going to Dublin. It's great.
I think
Very.
it'd be an episode where every line you say has to be sung, like you're in a damn Disney movie.
That
Yeah, everyone just would have to pretend
Wow,
like
we
they're in
don't-
the newest version of oh god, what's that one called?
Not-
Enchanted.
Enchanted. Thank you.
But like Disenchanted or whatever it is, the new one.
Disenchanted just came out. That's what was throwing me off.
Yeah.
That one was okay. It was cute.
I haven't actually didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
It's
How
It's
does you
watchable.
know
is
that
it better?
you
No.
love
Is
it?
it good? It decent. Like there are some things about that. Like I don't know why that's in here. That makes no
It's
sense. But for the
it's a
most
parody,
part,
I'm guessing.
I mean, it's just
No, it's a sequel.
No.
it's a sequel.
Sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Amy
Mhm.
Adams
Yeah.
is in it, and Mr.
Yeah.
McDreamy, and
All of the same cast,
McDreamy.
which I mean, for what, like 15 years later, they all look fantastic still. So go figure.
how rude.
Wow.
That movie would make me sad, to be honest.
I just want to hear Van sing.
What would you like to hear me sing?
We could do a live stream and just dance.
Oh, cool, Sewang.
Aw, that's awesome.
I'm gonna write a song and then Van like just write Van's laugh into the music.
We will have a DJ, dude. Just cut
Like it
my
literally,
laugh.
the music cuts out and then it's like he just did.
It could be like the stoner. Where's Graveyard? It could be the stoner upgraded Friday the 13th movie. Instead of the it'd be. Stoner Jason. It'll be called Friday the what?
Danny, stop trolling. Just stop. I don't.
Oh my god.
Did you find your eye?
That's wrong.
Want to say hi to my friend?
No.
It's okay. You're in your room.
Hello there.
You saw her earlier today.
Yes,
She was here.
I was.
And that's
She
Anthony.
can exist
And that's
in
Aaron.
multiple
Hi.
places.
And that's Van.
She
He's like my
defies
boss, too.
time and space.
He's
She
my
is
boss,
ob-
but I'm kind of the boss of him, really.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
The power dynamic is real.
Bam.
All right. Any more bucket list kind of stuff? I'm telling you, dude. I really think Kyber Cruise is gonna happen. That is my goal for all of us. I want all of us on a ship together. chilling in a hot
Kyber
tub.
I'll be there in a second, but my youngest is a very shy kid.
The
He doesn't
boy?
realize that was on
Yes.
video.
Yes, Sewang, the boy.
The boy. The
The
boy.
boy.
I'd like to. One of my bucket list things is I'd like to get through a segment on the show without being skipped or cut off.
Shots fired.
Because you were like,
I
well, is there
did-
anybody else with bucket list stuff? And I'm like, I haven't had my turn yet. I haven't had my
Yeah.
turn yet, but that's okay.
You know what?
Sorry.
Squeaky wheels get fixed. So you need to speak up there, Mr. Forrest, my darling.
Oil can.
So the one.
Sorry.
Yes, that's right. Apply that oil can. Don't be Mr. Tin Man, okay?
So the one that I think I'm closest to, realistically, is the getting hot and thin. That's the one that I'm absolutely pouring the most work into. So getting there, trying.
I really hate that you don't think that you're hot. Stop it. Just stop. Please.
Did you like my verbing for when you go and kill it at the gym?
Yes.
He's forcing it.
So when I finally get to the gym, I'll be like, take a selfie. I'm like, I'm forcing.
We will get there. We will get there together, Mets. We will gym
Sounds
together.
good. Gosh. I shouldn't cut my own bangs. They tickle.
I love you.
I'm still blown away by respectably affable. I still love that one. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Respectfully, sir.
Respectfully. So, yes. Yeah, that's the one I think I'm closest to. The voice
So
acting
respectably.
thing.
Okay.
Respectably,
Sorry.
yeah.
Shut up now.
No, never shut up, Mets. You're wonderful.
Never.
Never.
I'm shutting up so I don't cut Aaron off again.
No, yeah, sorry.
Me off. Stop skipping my
You
turn.
need to speak louder. Honey, what have I said about speaking up?
How many months did it take for y'all just to get me to say the word fuck on this show? I mean,
Far too
And now
long,
you just
sir.
throw it out willy nilly.
Far
No!
too long.
I have corrected him.
Where's David?
goes right back into the respectably affable thing. So yeah, that's like the one I think I'm closest to. As far as like the voice acting thing is concerned, like I don't see
The same
myself
chocolate
getting
every
hired
day.
on by like Funimation or Bandai or anything like that. But I really don't care at this point. I'm more wanting to do Patreon stuff like independently for Kyber Cave and just have more fun doing that because we can be our own directors.
That's right.
Oh, I'm still
Nobody
waiting.
can tell us
Who
no.
Van, did you mute me and then unmute me?
Yeah, well, yes, I was trying to change the camera views.
So
There you go.
Aubrey will remember this.
There you go.
and looks like that leaves us just enough time for pluggables and probably 4 minutes of BS talk.
All right. Well, I guess we start with
Well,
Aubrey
we
here.
do have coming up. We are going to be doing Legend of Zelda, the cartoon. We're going to be doing voice acting for that.
Yes, we
You can
are.
always use that for a real deer.
Yes, we can.
I'll
And
never think of Zelda again without hearing Forrest doing Herbert the Pervert because I edited that short and now I just keep hearing it in my head.
Also, we have Mario RPG coming up soon that we're going to be doing some.
oh my god.
some-
You know, it's a shame Mario doesn't speak in that game because somebody would have to like do a really good Lou Albano voice just to bring us back to the 80s.
Hey, it's a super time show. Hell no.
Hey, paisanos. All right.
The guy was
pluggable.
the guy was snoring so much coke.
All right, Aubrey. Let's do our outros and then we'll finish out our Miss.
Oh, so it's me first. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Aubrey. You guys know me. I'm Captain Lady Moon. There are reasons why it's that way. Yeah, I am part of a band, BYL. You can go and check out we just released Sirens. You can go and look it up. There's only one Mario RPG there, Sewong. Only one, and it's for the SNES. Anyway, BYL. Go check it out. on Spotify. You can also go check out my own album. It's also on Spotify. It's called Unexpected Journey. Just go look it up. It's awesome. And you will find me here. And I do acting, and I do all sorts of kind of stuff. So yes,
All kinds of
that's me.
things.
You can find me on Instagram under Luthien the Fair. See,
There we
you
go.
just got it going on. All right, love you guys. Get off
All
my.
right, Mr. Anthony.
Hi.
Hello there.
So you can catch me if you're in the area of the 209, or if you want to, travel from out of like the town, like Modesto or Sacramento or Fairfield. We do have our show coming back this Wednesday, the 8th, as well as the 15th, the week after, for our 2 consecutive drag weeks. So this theme coming up for 8th is Twitter pated. We're taking advantage of the holiday season of, Valentine's Day to do the all lovey-dovey stuff first, and then day after Valentine's Day is going to be Heartbreak Hotel, because
Nice.
I'm certain there's going to be a few people like, oh, I hate everyone.
Break
But outside of that, here most Fridays, if my schedule allows,
And hopefully
eventually
next
I'll
Saturday.
do more drag, and then yes, you can catch me next Saturday. If my boss keeps to her word, which she better, otherwise I might be sick.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That requested day that I had approved somehow did not happen. Yeah, I'm still not coming.
All right, Mr. Fours.
Okie dokie. So, if you happen to win a Saber off one of the Saber giveaways, or if you just go to KYBERCave.com and purchase yourself one of these lovely beauties here, you can go to
look at that.
saberfont.com and get yourself a sound font from myself, Fours FX,
Yeah.
or one of my many friends over at Saber Font, like Juan Sith and Harry Solo Fonts, to put on your Saber to enjoy. Aside from that, you can catch me right here on Kyber Cave Productions doing the Kyber Cave Gaming. As it stands right now, I am the host of Thursday Night Live Gaming. I'm also on select episodes of the Retro Alcove. You find me here on Friday nights. You find me on our sister channel, Distance Nerding, for the download on Tuesday, and the build on Thursday. And let's see, Mrs. Fours and I are one episode away from completing The Last of Us Part 1. We're going to be doing that one live with a very, very, very special pre-recorded intro. We are also, you can also find the next episode. God, I hope it's tomorrow. The next episode of Two Queens and a Fours. Episode 2, which will be the first playthrough of Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve. Yeah.
Which is taking me forever because the first 15 minutes of that episode is so damn funny. I had to do so many edits and close-ups, and this guy right here is just a gift to that show. I swear. And that's
It's a gift to any show.
And then, of course, April the 13th, Fours will be making his grand appearance in California for the first time ever. So it's going to be a very exciting time. Want to say thank you to all of the subs out there and everybody who kind of shares us around and enjoys the programs and everything, and just kind of
we couldn't be here without you. Honestly.
We wouldn't be. And I would, and to be honest, and Van will understand this, I wouldn't be here without Scott Pilgrim. So
I literally just watched that last night too.
If it wasn't for Scott Pilgrim, I would not be here at all. So
I have not seen it.
Oh God,
Scott Pilgrim has learned the power of self-respect.
We need to do that on a group watch.
We really do.
Yes.
A must on a group watch.
With that font loaded on your Saber, sir.
Yeah, it's already on my Saber, dude. It's on my favorite Saber.
So my pluggables. You'll have a wonderful night. Love you.
All right.
What about Nets? What about our lovely director?
That's where I was going.
Danny, listen. Okay, we give a saber away every 50 subscribers. 50, okay? So whatever it was
And
called
on
when you're
Sunday
trying to translate
nights.
for you, okay? On Sunday nights only, but it's only every 50. So like if we do not get to 950 by Sunday, we will not be doing a saber giveaway on Sunday. If we do, then we will. If we get to 950 on Tuesday, then we will do it the following Sunday. That is just how it works. Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Guess what is happening soon? Yes, it's KYBER CON. It is KYBER CON 3. Look at that beautiful thing. Look at all those beautiful people. We're all gonna be there. Well, not everybody's gonna be there, but those people are gonna be there. I want all of you there with me. I wish you could be with me. I'm really hyper and I don't know why. I'm so very
It's because I gave you the coffee. It's the coffee. That's
Cracked
what it
out
is.
right now.
She did. She brought me a bunch of coffee. Like, so,
Oh
like,
my god, this is so great! I love the latte.
I know.
You're like,
oh my god,
you're like
oh my god, you guys,
Scrat
come
on
on,
Ice
it's
Age.
so amazing.
And clip that for a short.
So guys, please come to our shows, like and subscribe. Do what Aaron said and share us and make us horrors on your subscriber page. Share us around, pass us around to other people. No, he said share us, but the first thing I thought of was share us around, and I thought, ooh, we know
Horse
YouTube
around.
horrors.
Wow.
Horse around, all right.
Horse around to your friends. Like and subscribe because we are a fun, silly crew, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm done.
Patreon. It's a Patreon.
Yeah, visit our Patreon where you can support us for as little as $1 a month.
Yes.
Visit
our
our
Patreon.
And we have
Go
a
and subscribe
Discord
to
as well. We have Instagram. We're like all over the place.
If you look in the description below, you will see our link tree. We link you to all of our things and stuffs and things and such. Okay, Van back.
All of the things.
Say
Yes,
goodbye.
and the big thing on our mind right now is KYBER Con 3. Make sure you are there next weekend, February 11th from noon until 5 p.m. We are, I believe, about 14 or 15 people away from our next giveaway. I'm going to a con on Sunday as my last minute push and promote for our event. So there is a very, very good chance that we will hit 950 Sunday night because typically when I can get out and get around people, I can pick up a few subscribers. The crazy thing about that means that we are only 50 away from 1,000 subscribers, and at 1,000 subscribers, I am giving out a NeoPixel lightsaber.
Oh, shit.
That is going to be the big giveaway that everyone is going to be excited about. And then after that, we'll do it only every 100 subscribers. So
Danny, it is 10 p.m. Pacific.
What time is it? No, he's saying what time is the
It's
Sunday
robot
show?
fighting time.
Van,
Yeah.
get
7
your boy.
p.m. Sundays.
Van, get your boy. Yeah.
Get your boy.
Yeah,
Get your boy.
I'm sorry, I don't know what
What
to
is
do.
this face I'm making? Oh my goodness.
Tell him to go to
I want to
bed.
thank everybody for hanging out with us. Frank, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to a
Frank,
few of
thank
our
you.
new friends that we
Van,
saw
don't
hanging
leave
out.
after.
Say
Just
Wong
don't
always.
do it. Don't do it. We love you too much.
Yeah, don't leave us. Don't leave us, Frank. Actually, we really enjoyed your conversation with us today, Frank, and everyone who also joined in the conversation. We appreciate you, except for Danny. Seriously, you stop the trolling.
Go, Frank. You
All
got
right,
13
You
guys.
have
subs.
13
Start somewhere.
subscribers.
You got to
We
start
will
somewhere,
see you
honey.
this Sunday on Saber Rattle. And then Mondays we have Gaming Alcove. Tuesday we have
Retro.
Beatdown. Wednesday we have
Retro Alcove, homie.
Retro Alcove. I think I said that last time too. Retro Alcove on Mondays. Tuesdays is Beatdown. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. is Mezzo Gaming Live. Wednesdays at 5 is Hearts of Kyber. Thursdays is Fours Days. Thursdays is Fours Days. And Fridays we get wrapped right back around to Kyber Cave After Dark. So much content for you. Make sure to check it all out. Like and subscribe,
Thomas.
just like Say Wong says. You can have my 67 sabers or 67
Subscribers.
Subscribers.
Honey, if it was Sabers.
Yeah, I'll go for the sabers. Say Wong, pass those subscribers over. We will.
We'll happily
definitely
take them. And Thomas, that's so sweet. You can
Thomas
definitely.
Thomas can open 14 YouTube accounts right now, and we'll get that saber drawing going on Sunday. All right, guys.
Aw,
we love
Thomas.
you.
That's
All
not
the-
what he meant.
All the hearts to you guys. All the hearts. From the
We love you
captain
very
here
much,
to you
and
all.
we will see you next Friday.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I wanna end on
See
a white side with this. Good night,
Oh
y'all.
my
Forrest,
God.
do you need
Yeah. Good
Ben,
night.
do you need me to do it? Are you okay
After
there?
party
Good
time,
night.
bitches.
Good night.